I am Ambassador Jainaba Jagne, Permanent Representative of the Republic of the Gambia to the African Union and Standing Chairperson of the African Union Peace and Security Council for the month of April 2024. The Republic of the Gambia assumed the role of Standing Chair of the PSC during the month of April 2024 in place of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is the second time the Gambia has chaired the AU Peace and Security Council in 4 months. The Gambia previously chaired the Council in December 2023. We were re-elected to the AU Peace and Security Council for another 2-year term from 2024 to 2026 during the 44th Ordinary Session of the African Union Executive Council in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, held on 15th February 2024. On behalf of the Government of the Gambia, please allow me to extend our sincere appreciation to all AU member states for the renewed trust and confidence bestowed on my country. As the Standing Chair during the month of April, our major task is predicated on the principled commitment to explore and capitalize on innovative and well-coordinated strategies to advance our aspirations of a peaceful, democratic, and secure Africa, worthy of ensuring the entrenchment of good governance. For the Gambia, this historic moment comes at a time when the African Union Peace and Security Council will be commemorating its 20th year of existence as the principal organ of the continent responsible for the prevention, management, and resolution of conflicts. For the first session this month, which was held on the 3rd of April, the Council commenced with a briefing with the media to launch the commemoration of the 20th anniversary of the founding of the Peace and Security Council by highlighting some of the achievements of the Council over the years. This event also underscored the need to accelerate Africa's efforts to stop conflicts as well as AU's efforts to implement its zero-tolerance policy on unconstitutional changes of government, the fight against religious extremism, and combating of transitional organized crime. After the media briefing, the Peace and Security Council members went through the Flag Day ceremony to congratulate the newly elected and re-elected members of the Council as they formally took their seats. After the welcoming of the newly elected and re-elected members, the Council started its deliberations with a briefing by the Federal Democratic Republic of Somalia on its proposals for post-ATMIS security arrangements in Somalia, pursuant to United Nations Security Council Resolution 2710. During this session, Council members took turns to reaffirm the AU's solidarity with the people and the federal government of Somalia in their aspirations for durable peace, security, stability, and prosperity in the country. It was generally agreed that a well-managed post-ATMIS phase has the potential of not only benefiting Somalia, but the entire Horn of Africa region and the wider continent. On the 4th of April 2024, the Council proceeded with having an open session on the prevention of the spread of ideology of hate, hate crimes, genocide, and related intolerance. The commemoration of the 30th anniversary of the genocide against the Tutsi was also held as part of the Council meeting. Council strongly condemned all ideologies of hate, hate speech, identity and religious-based discrimination, ethnic and tribal violence, xenophobia, racism, and related intolerance, which are some of the factors that constitute the drivers of the ideology of hate, hate crimes, and genocide. The Council further stressed the need for promoting the culture of peace, tolerance, and national reconciliation. On the 8th April 2024, Council held a meeting and received a briefing on the situation in the Lake Chad Basin, multinational joint task force operations, and the implementation of the Regional Stabilization Strategy, Recovery, and Resilience. The Council expressed gratitude to the AU Commission, the Lake Chad Basin Commission, and the MNJTF Troop Police Contributing Countries for their continued support to the MNJTF mission and the regional stabilization efforts aimed at the restoration of peace and security in the Lake Chad Basin, as well as alleviating the humanitarian crises in the region. The session also urged the LCBC member states and the LCBC Secretariat to operationalize the police and civilian components as contained in the MNJTF strategic concept of operations to secure liberated spaces, as well as invest more in addressing the root causes of terrorism and cut off financing and supply channels for terrorist groups. On 16th of April 2024, Council will have a meeting on unblocking the obstacles to effective continental early warning systems with a joint briefing by CISA, AU, CTC and Afripol. Given the challenges in using conflict early response mechanisms, which unfortunately have partly contributed to the continent's susceptibility to conflicts, the session therefore will seek to look into ways in which the continental early warning system of the APSA will be enhanced and fully operationalized to enhance anticipation, preparedness, and early response to conflicts across Africa. On the 18th April 2024, Council will be having session on security situations in the Gulf of Guinea regarding robust responses to combat maritime insecurity and piracy. Council has over the years issued several communiques and outcome documents on the phenomenon of insecurity and piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. The unresolved challenges continues to serve as a matter of common concern on our continent. The session intends to spotlight the Yaoundé architecture, as well as highlight key achievements and remaining challenges, including gaps that are hindering the architecture's full operationalization. Briefers and council members will be able to address national, regional, and multilateral efforts, as well as identify how the international community can further support interregional efforts to deal with the organized crimes perpetrated in the Gulf of Guinea. A briefing on the situation in Sudan is also expected to take place on the same day. As you already know, the Council continues to remain actively seized on the matter. Council remains deeply concerned about the human suffering and devastating humanitarian crises as a result of the ongoing conflict. Council anticipates discussing Sudan in a bid to address the governance and security challenges happening in the country. On 22nd April to 25th April 2024, Council will be holding a high-level meeting on counterterrorism, as well as also having consultations between the AU PSC and the ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council to be held in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The main concept of this high-level meeting is based on the discussions that were held during the ministerial meeting of African member states that was co-organized by the government of Nigeria and the UNOCT on 21st September 2023 on the margins of the high-level segment of the 78th session of the UNGA. The focus is on having a robust and practical exchange regarding where Africa currently stands on addressing the evolving threat of terrorism on the continent. It is also meant to highlight areas that the participating international partners could assist in addressing the scourge. The emphasis of the meeting would be on formulating concrete strategic priorities and institutional approaches to address this scourge, focusing on the importance of African-led and African-owned solutions. These are the sessions the Gambia will be chairing for the month of April. Thank you.